All right, Shalom. Before we get started, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, the teaching and well. Peace and salutation to those for elect. Back another video, another lesson. Title, this one's going to be called Great Miraculous Signs from Heaven. All right, this is going to be a response to an article from End Time Headlines. It says, as World War III fears mount, the second blood moon, they say Purim eclipse, will appear next week. All right, which they're going by, the Gregorian calendar. But next week will be the Passover. All right, we go by the lunar calendar, which next week will be the Passover, as I said, and there'll also be a blood moon. All right, it says there sure have been a lot of signs in the heavens lately. For example, less than a week ago, there was a very rare alignment of the 7 other planets in our solar system on the exact day of the argument in the Oval Office between President Trump and Vladimir Zelensky. That should have gotten a lot more attention than it did. Next week, we will witness a sign in the sky that I believe is even more important. Could it be possible that God is trying to get our attention? If so, the vast majority of the population does not seem to be listening. At various times throughout human history, blood moon eclipses have been associated with war. When I asked Google AI about this, I got the following response. A lunar eclipse during the siege of Constantinople in 1453 and a lunar eclipse in 413 BCE are examples of eclipses that influenced history and were associated with war. Interestingly, the blood moon eclipse that occurs next week falls during the biblical festival of Purim, which, like I said, they're going by the Gregorian calendar. All right, Purim already passed. All right, if you follow the lunar calendar like we do. It says the biblical festival of Purim is the only biblical festival that was actually created as the result of an armed conflict. In the book of Esther, where you can find it, God miraculously delivered his people from literally being annihilated from all lands within the Persian Empire. Today, Persia is known as Iran. So next week, we will have a blood moon eclipse, which is associated with war, on the exact day of the only biblical festival that was birthed out of an armed conflict. This is pretty amazing, but the story doesn't end there. There was actually a blood moon eclipse during Purim in 2024. There will be a blood moon eclipse during Purim in 2025. And there will be a blood moon eclipse during Purim in 2026. And all of these eclipses are occurring during a season of war. What are the odds of that? On October 7, 2023, Hamas, terrorists invaded Israel, and a season of war in the Middle East began. Just a few months later, we witnessed the first blood moon Purim eclipse. In 2024, the first day of Purim was from sundown on March 23rd to sundown on March 24th. The second day of Purim was from sundown on March 24th to sundown on March 25th. It was on the second day of Purim in 2024 that the first blood moon Purim eclipse happened. This year, the first day of Purim begins when the sun goes down on March 13th, which on March 13th, that's the Passover. All right. It says on the night that begins in the evening of March 13th and ends on the morning of March 14th. You'll be able to witness a memorizing blood moon eclipse, which I'll show you real fast. All right, if you got an iPhone, you new brothers out there, they'll show you the moon. All right, down here I got a calendar. So next week will be a full moon, all right, on the 13th and the 14th. But we're in the the lunar Sabbath, which was it was last week. It started on sundown on Thursday of the 27th. All right. So now we're in the Sabbath right now, actually. All right. But next week it'll be the Passover. All right. And yeah, next week will be the Passover, and there'll be a blood moon. But we go by the lunar Sabbath. We don't go by the lunar calendar. All right. We don't go by Esau's calendar. All right, because their Passover is what, and they celebrate Passover in April. So I just want to show that real quick. But anyway, let's get back. It says in March 2025, North America will experience a memorizing celestial event, a total lunar eclipse that will turn the moon into a stunning blood moon. Lunar eclipses are always an exciting spectacle for sky watchers, but this one promises to be especially captivating. Unlike solar eclipses, which require protective glasses, lunar eclipses can be enjoyed with the naked eye, making them accessible to everyone. Amazingly, there will be another blood moon, Purim eclipse in 2026. Next year, the first day of Purim goes from sundown on March 2nd to sundown on March 3rd. That is when the third blood moon Purim eclipse will occur. Could God be trying to tell us that these 3 years are a season of war? Without a doubt, 2024 was a year of war, and now it appears that the conflict in the Middle East is about to go to a whole new level. Hamas is refusing to release the remainder of the hostages, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is warning Hamas of consequences they cannot imagine if that does not happen soon. Prime Minister Benjamin vowed Monday that Israel will not stop its military campaign in Gaza, which I say all the time. This shows you that they're not the people. All right, if they were the true people, there'll be no war in the land. They'll be dwelling safely. All right, the laws will be established throughout the earth. So these can't be the people, the true people of the Lord, as they claim. It says, I read again. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed Monday that Israel will not stop its military campaign in Gaza until Hamas is completely dismantled and all hostages are returned, warning the terror group of consequences they cannot imagine if captives are not released. All right. So next week, the Passover. All right, they say Purim, but it's the Passover. Okay, because this is the beginning, the Sabbath. All right, it starts a new month. We're in the new year. All right, spring, around the springtime is about to happen. All right, everything's about to come back to life. So this is a new year. All right, a new year doesn't start in the middle of winter. All right, but let's get some scriptures. Let's first start with this Sirach 43 or Ecclesiastes chapter 43 and verse 6. I'll start at 1. This is the pride of the height, right? The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glorious show. The sun when it appeareth, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon it parcheth the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. Great is the Lord that made it, right? And at his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. You see that? A light that decreaseth in her perfection. So when it's a complete dark moon, that's the new moon. All right, which the new moon symbolizes, all right, a new month, which is also the Sabbath. Okay, the month is called after her name, increasingly wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. All right, let's get us into GNT. All right, Sirach 43. All right, and I'll go straight to the point. Read verse 5. The Lord who made it is great. It speeds on its way at his command. There is also the moon, marking the passage of time, an eternal sign of the changing seasons. All right. It says the moon determines the holy days. Right. The moon determines the holy days. Its light grows full and then grows dim. The month is named after the moon, marvelous to watch as it grows fuller each night. A signal light for the heavenly armies shining out in the dome of the sky. All right. So the moon determines the holy days. Okay. Which when it's a new moon, that's the start of a new month. All right. And that's the start of the Sabbath. All right. Now the Passover is going to fall on the full moon. All right. What's that? Psalms? I forgot which one is it. Let me see. It's in one of these. I think it's 81. Yeah. Psalms 81 and 3. It says, blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed, our solemn feast day. All right. Get this word. Let's see. Time appointed. Yeah. Time appointed is Kasa, which means full moon. All right. Properly fullness or the full moon, i.e. it's festival. Time appointed. All right. Which the full moon, the Passover is going to fall on the full moon. All right. And new moon, all right, is Chadash. The new moon monthly. The first day of the month. All right. That's how you determine the Sabbath. All right. So it's not always from Friday to Saturday sundown. That's not how you keep the Sabbath. Now, when you first come in, we all, I did that, because we're new. But you got to grow. All right. You got to learn. It's a part of studying. Okay. But let's get Genesis. Guess we're going up from the list. Genesis 1 and 14, and it reads, in the Alahayim, like we always bring out, when you read Genesis, the first chapter, all right, the word God is in the Hebrew is Alahayim, or Alahayim, all right, not Elohim, all right, Alahayim. It means rulers, judges, all right, it's plural. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods, all right? And those angels were, Yahushai and the angels, the first fruit spirits, all right? They were the ones who were creating the heavens and the earth. Some of those brothers are here today, all right? Who actually took part in creating think about that. You have some, you have brothers who are here on earth preaching and teaching the word, who were there with Yahushua making the heavens and the earth. Think about that, man. That's powerful. So Genesis 1:14, and the Alahayim said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. So these are for signs, all right, for seasons, for days, and for years. And the signs that we're about to see is the blood moon, lunar eclipses, all right, solar eclipses, shooting stars, all right. Those are signs, man. It was one of Joshua where the Lord, he stopped. I forgot how it went. It was in Joshua though. I believe he stopped the sun. All right, let me see if I can get that. Turn back. All right. It's in Joshua. I know it is, cause but I forgot how it's worded. It's like let me put sun stopped. Nope. I forgot how it's worded, but it was a story in in Joshua where they were going to battle, and the Lord, he stopped the sun, but this for signs, for seasons, and for days, and for years. It says, continuing on, and the Alahayim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and the Alahayim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Alahayim saw that it was good. All right, and that's the sun and the moon. All right, and the stars. Okay, let's get Luke. This is Luke chapter 21. All right, let's first read 11. I'll start at 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation. This is the Yahushai, all right, speaking to his disciples, giving him telling them, all right, the signs of the times, the end times, and his return. All right, these are the signs to look for. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilences. All right, that's how you know. When you start seeing famines and earthquakes taking places, and pestilence, diseases. All right, that's how you know we're in the end. All right, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right, let's go into this real quick. Fearful sights. I'll just play it.
Strong's G 5400. Fabatron.
Fabatron. It says that which strikes terror, a terror, cause of fright. All right. Let's get the root word. See what it says. Phobia, that's where phobia comes from. All right.
Strong's G 5399. Fabeo.
All right, that's where you get phobia. All right, when you're scared of something. All right, to fear, be afraid of one. We got signs, semayon, a sign, mark, token, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. All right, a sign, prodigy, portent, i.e., an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. All right, of signs portending remarkable events soon to happen, of miracles and wonders by which, all right, God the Most High, all right, Yahweh authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is the Most High's. All right, so this is a sign, a wonder, a miracle. All right, so reading again, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Jumping down to verse 25. The return of the Messiah, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. See that? Let's read the NLT. It says, and there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars, and here on earth the nations will be in turmoil, perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides. And it says, don't in Jeremiah, right? Don't be dismayed at them. Jeremiah 10:2. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, that's his name, and the son's name is Yahushai. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. All right, this is what dismayed means. All right, dismayed. Oh boy. Chathath. It says to be shattered, be dismayed, be broken, be abolished, be afraid. All right, so don't be afraid of the signs you see. Dismay, consternation, and distress, typically that caused by something unexpected. All right, so we're not dismayed at the signs that we see in the heavens. All right, like the heathen are. Right, let's go back. So it says, Luke 21:25 again. All right, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. You get this word perplexity. All right. Perplexity, aporia, the state of one who is in perplexity. Let's look it up more. Look up The inability to deal with or understand something complicated or unaccountable. All right, a complicated or baffling situation of thing. This is an entangled state. But you get the root word aporio, to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, all right, to be in doubt, not know which way to turn. That's going to happen to a lot of people out here, man, especially those in the, in the truth, who call themselves Hebrew Israelites, all right, but they're playing around, all right, they're not calling the name of the Lord, they're not preaching the truth, to their congregation. You're gonna be out here embarrassed. You're gonna be in doubt, not know which way to turn, because the Lord's not dealing with you in the spirit. He didn't give you that covering, that hedge of protection in the time of, when the time of trouble comes. Jacob's trouble at that, you know. So now let's get this last one, Joel 2 and verse 30. All right. And it reads, it says, the day of the Lord, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name, all right, of the Lord, IUIC, what's the name of the Lord? Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. Those names are really important to understand, man. All right, you need those names to call upon him, in a time of trouble, and sincerity and truth at that. For in Mount Zion, for in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, right? Israel, as the Lord have said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. All right. So as you see, we're seeing signs in the heavens. All right, matter of fact, let's see if we can look it up more further, real quick. Blood moon. Oh boy. Yep. Blood moon 2025. It says the first total lunar eclipse of 2025 will occur on the night of March 13th through the 14th, 2025, and will be visible to sky watchers in the Americas. The eclipse will coincide with the alignment of the sun, earth, and moon, causing the moon to pass through the earth's shadow, or umbra. This alignment will give the moon a reddish hue, also known as a blood moon. The eclipse will have an umbral magnitude of 1.1804 and occur at the moon's descending orbital node. All right, get some news on it. Just go into it. All right, blood moon 2025. Check the date, time, and place to watch. A red blood moon will appear in the sky on Thursday. Here's how to spot it. You go more into it if you like. So, the signs in the heavens. All right, and these are the signs of the times, man. All right, let's get this last one. Let's get Second Esdras. All right, this just came to me through the Spirit. Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, and he's doing that on a I don't want to say on a small level, but as we see, as we continue on, it's going to continue to increase. All right, you're going to start seeing more death. You're going to start seeing, wars, increase. You're going to start seeing, hell to break loose. So continue, to watch and pray, brothers and sisters out there, of the hopefully elect, and Lord willing, we obtain, mercy from the Lord. We get up out of here. So Lord's will, you was edified, all right, by this lesson. We don't give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for giving the spirit to do this lesson. Till next video, I'm going to say, Shalom.